Hey Professor, so was there even one safety regulation that wasn't broken by this task? You know what, Hogwarts? I excuse all of your other crimes before this point. At least, when you dumped all of that dangerous stuff in the third floor corridor to protect the Philosopher's Stone, it was out of bounds. Students never went down there. There were active steps in place for student safety. I mean, they shouldn't have been necessary, this is a school, but they were in place. And the Chamber of Secrets, that's been a part of Hogwarts architecture for about 1,000 years. There was nothing you could do about that. And, to be fair, you were going to close the school. Eventually. And the Dementors, well, they were keeping you safe from a murderer, weren't they? You've got to look at the bigger picture with that one. And besides, I like the Dementors. The chocolate stash around school increased very quickly. Oh, Professor, I think I got a bit too close to the Dementors and I'm just feeling so... Oh, thank you very much. Not that I ever did that or anything. Nope. But this? The Triwizard Tournament is arranged by you adults. You people who have to look at every single possible outcome and make sure that this tournament runs as smoothly as possible. You know, somehow I don't think that trained witches and wizards on the sidelines quite cuts it as a safety precaution. What are they going to do if a dragon suddenly goes crazy and burns everything to the ground? You know, like dragons are prone to do when you threaten their eggs. If they were lucky, they would have had just enough time to cast a useless Agramenti. Honestly, water is water. It would have evaporated and we all would have died. In case you haven't guessed it already, the first task of this Triwizard Tournament was fighting a dragon. Actually, no, it wasn't even fighting, it was stealing the egg of a dragon. Which, I mean, okay, I guess fighting was involved. Anyway, I just want to know how, in the name of Merlin, this task even got approved. Because surely it had to go through the Ministries of Magic of the countries across Europe, the parent governors of the schools involved, and the staff. And yet they all approved of this? What were they thinking, that the coolness of dragons would outweigh any danger involved? Yes, I'll admit it, dragons are magnificent, but can they please be magnificent in their countries of origin? Or in Romania, away from me! Honestly, the champions have all signed up to put their lives in danger. They've all said that they're okay with it. So I'm not even defending the safety of the task from their point of view. Actually, it was pretty ingenious using dragons, seeing as how, even though they'd have to fight them, they'd still have to outwit them, because magic alone and strength alone isn't going to outdo a dragon. That part of the task, I loved. But seriously, the people who were in real danger from this task were the spectators themselves, us innocent people who haven't signed up for this ridiculous event. Dragonfire spreads, you know? If the champions hadn't been as prepared as they were, the entire stadium would have gone up in flames. Or at least, that's how I'd imagine it would go if the task had gone down the way it was meant to. Because the champions were meant to go in blind. Trust me, if they'd have gone in blind to what they were facing, it would have been a complete disaster. Everything would be in flames, the champions would all be dead, everyone else would all be dead, and dragons would be dominating in the north after being treated to a human barbecue. But hey, they were all forewarned and had plans in place to avoid the eventual death of us all. By dragon. I'm not even being over dramatic here. Dragons are so powerful and deadly, and we should just leave them alone and let them be wonderful in their own countries. Okay? Okay. I mean, I know we have dragons in Britain, but that Hungarian horntail, that was scary. But hey, thank Merlin for cheating. It saved us all. Oh, honestly, how is this event being held in a school? ghoul.